let's begin. For today, which topic shall we
Dada,
pick? Yes.
I I, I would like to uh, talk about art
Books,
art
art,
related.
art related. Okay,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
sure. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Because right now, this phase is about you like becoming familiarized with
It's
the
my side.
the poetry. Yes. So I think for now, we will go with your comfort topics, and then we'll kind of branch out into much more complex or much more complicated topics. All right. Because right now
Yeah, yeah.
you're still just starting out and you're finding your footing. So
Okay, okay.
once you become comfortable, then I'll push you into much more difficult subjects or difficult, let's say categories or topics. All right. So for today, let's talk about art then. All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm ready for.
So as like once again, I'll keep telling you that these are all general questions. So make sure that your answers are also general in nature. Right. Okay. What kind of art do you enjoy?
Well, I would like to abstract art. I I I have enjoyed a lot because it keep me pleasure. It it it's such a creative art in our uh, art, art, art sector.
Okay, in the art sector.
Yeah.
All right. And the name, like, can you repeat it again? I didn't hear it. What is the art form that you mentioned?
Abstract art.
Abstract art.
Abstract art. Yeah.
Uh, can you spell it out for me? That's
ABS.
ABS.
ABS. Uh, TRACT.
Oh, abstract.
Abstract.
Oh, abstract. First, I thought, I heard like abstract, so I was like, okay, okay. Abstract.
Abstract. Abstract art.
Okay, so abstract, abstract art. Is that what you said?
Abstract art. Art.
Abstract art. Okay, okay. Abstract art.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of art form that you enjoy, abstract art. So
Yeah. Yeah.
something, it's kind of, you could say, open ended. It kind of
Yeah.
it's up to the, you could say, the viewer's imagination. So abstract art. Okay, okay. All right. So that's what you enjoy, abstract art.
Yeah.
Um, what are the tradition art forms in your country?
I think. I think realistic art traditions from in our country because most of the artists uh, doing uh, doing well doing well realistic painting because they drawn our uh, village scenery, uh, city life, and river beauty. So when they are drawn, it's so realistic by oil painting, watercolor, and it looked like realistic. So that's why realistic painting uh, traditions are from in our country.
Okay. Um,
Like
co-
Joinul Abidin,
yes.
for
Okay.
example, Joinul Abidin uh, uh, art art is drawn by or he he has he has made Chinese ink. He has made Chinese ink and bamboo. আহ, দাদা বাঁশের কাঠিটাকে কি বলবো?
You could say, is it like the bamboo shoot, bamboo root? What's that?
ব্যাম্বু রুট.
Like, as in, maybe the bamboo shoot, is that what it is? Or maybe, I think it's a bamboo root, probably. Yep, let's see.
Okay.
Bashaka, like,
So
are you talking about this? Let me show you. Or is it a bamboo stem? Are these the
uh,
ones? Not this? Okay, so that is bamboo stick?
yeah.
Bamboo stick.
Bamboo stick.
Okay, bamboo
Yeah,
stick.
yeah.
Alright.
He has he has drawn crow, uh, a man a man no, a woman with children and a cow on the street. And this is the famous art in our country. Its name is Siattore Monontor.
Theatre momentum.
So
Okay.
yeah, this is the series art art series, and
Alright.
he has drawn by Chinese ink and bamboo stick.
Okay. So he
So
he drew that with the Chinese ink and the bamboo stick.
Chinese ink, yeah. Chinese ink means black color. Uh, Please search on the
Chi-
internet.
Chinese ink.
Chinese ink color.
Okay. It looks okay. Black in this one.
Yeah.
Alright. Yep. So with the Chinese ink and the bamboo stick. That's. So those were the instruments that he used to kind of create his
Yeah.
paintings. Okay. So
Yes.
moving on. Um, According to you, what makes a good painting?
Okay. From my perspective, good painting has uh, livelihood element, uh, society's problem, and our dream, our dream on color, in color. So when painting makes us uh, happy, or it's sometimes we thinking about this topic, what he had drawn on the picture. So it's one kind of good painting, and uh, there is a most variant color. We 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 were uh, were light some color, uh, and good painter use this kind of color like green, red, yellow, and blue. This is this is the attractive color, and when he use this color, so audience must be uh, surprised, or uh, sometimes there are instances what he has done this painting. That's why I think it's called a good painting.
That's good. Do dark art forms can okay? So can dark art forms can also like can they also be considered a good painting? The dark art forms, or
Dark art forms.
yes, or art with very dark themes, can can they be considered as good paintings?
I don't know what what is the dark painting,
So
but
paintings with very dark themes. Okay, dark themes.
dark themes. Yeah. Uh, I don't know what the painting name. This is the famous painting on my
Uh,
jersey.
Jersey. Okay.
Do you know?
What's this? Sports. So that's, is it like the galaxy or space something?
This is a landscape, and
Is it, oh, a
uh,
landscape. I see.
the yeah landscape, and this is the abstract art. এই কে সুব্রত, দেখতো এই পেন্টিংটাকে কি যেন বলে, ভুলে গেছি। এই পেন্টিংটাকে কি বলে? স্ট্রে নাইট।
Oh,
আর
Starry
এটা
Night.
পাবলো পিকাসো করছে না? ও হ্যাঁ, স্ট্রে নাইট।
Okay, okay. So
And
the theme is a Starry Night.
this uh, History Night, and it's is এই দাদা এটাকে কি বলবো, যে ওই যে এটা আর্ট করছে তাহলে এটা কি বলবো?
So like it has been kind of let's say imprinted or printed onto the like jersey as an
পেইন্টেড, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
yeah, like kind
ইয়া
of it has been kind of
পেইন্টেড বাই ভিনসেন্ট ভ্যান গক।
oh, it was painted by Vincent Van
ভিনসেন্ট
Gogh.
ভ্যান গক,
Oh, okay.
ইয়া
And that art form has been printed onto the jersey.
ইয়া
Okay, okay, by Van Gogh. Okay, so
ভিনসেন্ট ভ্যান গক।
by Vincent Van Gogh. All right. So the question was this: can a dark themed art also be considered a good painting? Right. So if you search on the internet about the dark theme art, is that it's about those art forms which kind of shows about like let's say the lives realities or like the societal realities.
লাইট, ইয়া
Yes, like if you talk about
রিয়েলিস্টিক,
like yep, poverty, or let's if you talk
ইয়া
about like let's say corruption, or
করাপশন,
things like yeah, poverty, corruption, or also let's say
ওয়ার,
yep, murder, wars, killings, and all those things, right? So
কিলিং,
battles, yep. So my
ইনজাস্টিস,
yes, like things which are let's say are kind of you could say looked at in a negative light in society. So the question that I asked, right, in continuation to the previous question was, can this type of art forms also be considered as a good painting? That was the question. So, well, I don't know, like what's your perspective on that? So some might say yes, some might say no. I think the general take on that question is that art is, you could say, is mostly subjective, and therefore it depends on the viewer who views that painting or the art, and maybe make his own assessment of the painting. It depends on that. So, yeah. Moving on, do you think children should study art at school?
yes, obviously. I think the children should study art at school because It's make creativity and think different than uh, other people, other childrens, and it's grow with honesty, grow with mm, soft, soft-minded. So when he uh, learned or study art, he think of our society, or he think of uh, our variations. That's why uh, that's why the children should study at study art at school.
Okay. So you can add this to your like answer as well. It creates room for creativity, which enables the children to think out of the box.
Out of the box.
Yeah.
Uh,
How can children benefit from learning art?
দাদা হ্যাঁ রুমে আছি। ঠিক আছে ওই বাবু আসলো এই একটা বই
Okay.
নিয়ে আসছে আমার জন্য
All right.
গ্রামার বই
All right.
ওই যে এটা
Okay. Yep, we're almost done as well. We're kind of, we've come to the end of our almost to the end of our session. So the last second question: How can children, how can children benefit from learning art?
well the art is a the art is most significant subject or significant topic in our society because uh, it's it's not uh, it's not can do uh, and significant and when somebody somebody learned art, he need to patient, he need to practice more and more, then he will do better at art. And and when you practicing uh, uh, drawing or painting, so obviously you need to clarity what you draw, and what you think uh, of your imagination. And most of the times it's most of the time they are think out of the box. And that's why I think when children uh, learn learned or study art, obviously he has benefit from art because it gives passions. It's need passions, clarity, creativity, and uh, think different.
Okay. Well, that was very long. In the exam, the examiner will kind of will ask you to stop, like answering after a while. So if your answer is too long, the examiner will interrupt you and stop you from answering because of the time limit. Art promotes creative expression, and this allows children to unleash their hidden talents. What, something like that, along these lines. And last but not the least, how has art changed in the last few decades in your country?
Well, obviously the art uh, changed our country the last 5 or 6 decades because uh, 1918 uh, 1918 Bangladesh ruled by army dictator. So when the uh, when when Bangladeshi people are concerned and when they are আন্দোলনটাকে কি যেন বলে দাদা
What?
protest uh,
Protest.
protest against dictators. So the painters leading in the uh, uh, protect uh, protect 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 systems. They are uh, they they are painting uh, they are painting caricature
Caricature.
uh,
Yep, caricature.
caricature caricatures uh, on the dictator face look like
Okay.
hyena, but his hyena's eyes, nose, or mouth is similar to dictator.
Addicted.
So it's grow more more কি আন্দোলনটাকে আরো জোরদার করতে দাদা এটাকে কি বলবো
What?
it's grow it's grow up our আহ, মানে
Bangla word?
মানে মানে আন্দোলনটাকে আরো জোরদার করেছে
Oh, okay, okay. Like the protest became even more incessant, or it increased in intensity.
the uh,
Like intensity increased.
intensity
Yeah, of the protest
intensity
of the
yeah
increased,
the the protest the protest is intensity day by
or
day
the
and
protest. Yeah, you can say intensified day by day. Intensified.
inti inti
So
intensified
intensified.
inten inten
Intensified.
intensified
Yes, intensified.
okay intensified day by day and lastly and result and final result the dictator is hold down on on his power and become our democracy. So I think it's behind the big role. It's this is the art. So I think art obviously changes our political or society life and our country situation.
Okay. Uh, so you're done with the answers.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let me give you a feedback. Okay.
Hmm.
And okay. So this is what I'll say. So when you have to answer questions which are much more, which are more like let's say a lot more familiar with or you're used to, your answers tend to be a bit more coherent. So you could say there's a bit more sequence to the way you answer the questions. It's a bit more structured. That's a good thing. So as in your comfort topics, so topics that you're familiar with, you're able to answer them in a more coherent way, which is a step-by-step answer. All right. However, uh, once again, the problem is that your answers are unnecessarily long. Okay, are unnecessarily long. At times are unnecessarily okay. Unnecessarily long. So, if possible, try to again, like kind of decrease or minimize your answers into like let's say about 3 to 5 sentences. Uh, the this part of the speaking test is just 5 minutes, so your answers will take about 20 minutes, and the examiner does not have that much time. So yes, just keep that in mind. There were, I think, how many questions? There were 6 questions, right? And in the exam, you'll have just about 5 minutes to answer like around 6 questions. So you have to be pretty sharp in the way you think your answers and answer them. Yeah. So if you answer it like let's say if answers are too long, the examiner will actually ask you to like stop, like kind of will literally ask you to stop talking. So yeah, or like midway through your answer, the examiner will kind of disrupt you and ask you to kind of stop. You'll see that. So you could watch if you watch some YouTube videos, maybe some mock tests or something, you'll kind of find those videos where
Yeah, yeah.
the applicant or the candidate is talking too much or saying like if the answer is too long, the examiner will actually ask the candidate to stop, like midway through his like kind of answer. That's why I keep saying
Dada,
sometimes it's unnecessary to kind of let's say elongate your answer. It's not required. Yes, tell me.
Dada, never mind. Please keep me keep me your feedback. Please send me on my WhatsApp.
What's up? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Copy and then paste. Yep. So you can check that on your WhatsApp this message, right? So uh, I keep reminding you that in the actual exam, this part of the speaking test actually lasts just for 5 minutes. And that's all. That's the highest amount of time that you get. So I know we're practicing, and it's kind of also to help you to kind of let's say boost your confidence and to get you to like kind of become familiarized with this part of the speaking test. However, I feel like at times your answers are too like long and not really necessary for the question at hand. So please, once again, keep your answers to about 3 to 5 sentences at most. Don't go beyond that. 3 to 5 sentences. Let's keep it at that.
Dada, uh, when I uh, when I tell my answer,
Yes.
so I think I have sometimes I have told um, some
Stories.
wrong
Yep. I mean,
grammatical mistake.
there are some. Yes, there are some grammatical mistakes. That's fine. But what you're lacking right now, so you're lacking right. What you're lacking is task achievement. This is a big task achievement. So this is where you're actually kind of lacking behind a lot. Um, you are not sticking to the question. You're going a little too off topic at times, or off question, if I may say so. Um, when you answer the questions in your mind, keep telling yourself that I should answer this question in just about 3 to 5 sentences. If required, Uh, okay. In in case the examiner is, let's say, unsatisfied with your answer, right? He or she will ask you a follow-up question, like a follow-up question, or like to the previous question. All right, like don't worry about that. Your goal at hand should always be to answer the question that is in front of you, or the question that is just like that's just been asked of you. That should be your immediate concern, not what has gone before or after. So sometimes I feel like you try a little too much to compensate by like saying too much. So
But
don't
today I will try.
yes,
Today
don't fall
I
for the trap,
was
right? So this one, like I'll
I
just say
was tried.
sometimes. So from what I've seen from your answers, right? Sometimes,
Dada, please.
yep. One second. Hello. Uh, আচ্ছা এই মুই বুঝছো ক্লাস মুই ক্লাস লাগাতে এই 10 মিনিট পরে মুই তোরা হিয়ে মুই এই ফাদেন না আচ্ছা হ্যালো okay are we back oh come on all right so uh
Dada, please write down on my
yep,
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp yep I'm right there
Yeah.
okay this is what like from your answers this is the general, you could say, vibe, or the general, you could say, the flow that I get from your answers is that, to compensate maybe for your lack of vocabulary or Arabic grammar, you kind of end up saying
Yeah,
like you kind of narrate a story, but the examiner doesn't want a story. The examiner just wants to hear like some sentences, which is like related to the question. That's all. But I feel like you cannot start saying a story or like narrating a story, and we don't need that. We just need some sentences. That's all. All right. Just uh, talk about some sentences regarding the question that has been asked of you, because it's 5 minutes. Like this part, nobody has time to listen to stories. So in the exam, the examiner will actually ask you like, hey, like, Shobut, stop, or like she or he will tell you to stop midway, because it's time bound. There's just 5 minutes, and so you can't just keep saying stories over and over again. All right, please keep that in mind when answering these questions. So
yeah, yeah.
yes,
I
please
I
do
know.
not narrate stories. Just answer it in like sentences.
Okay.
You can narrate like a short paragraph or story in, I think, in the part two, because that's about like you get around 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes to talk about your personal experience, like on a topic. You can kind of
This
say your
is
own
the
story.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
It's it's so shortest time for me.
Exactly, exactly. So
When I speak, so I don't express all over the story, and I don't deliver well from me.
it's time bound. It's like a time
Because
crunch. Um, if I give you the entire day, you would be able to kind of formulate or come up with a very good answer for all these questions. But as you know, they want to check your answer, like how a native person would speak in a natural environment. That's what they're assessing, whether or not when faced up against, let's say, natural speakers or native speakers, if or not you'll be able to kind of hold up or keep in pace with those native speakers. That's what they're looking at. All right.
okay,
That's why it's time bound. Uh, they want your answers to be spontaneous and natural. Okay.
okay,
So spontaneous and natural. That's why it's the reason why the exam is like time bound, or like like in a time crunch. It's because they want to assess whether or not you're able to uh, reply to questions as soon as, like how a native person would. All right. For example, if I ask you a question in Bangla, you would be able to naturally answer the question. Right? You would naturally be able to answer the question. So in the same way in English, that's what they're expecting. That if somebody asks you a question, would like would you be able to answer it in a like in like a natural or normal way? That's what they're hoping from you. All right.
okay,
Like if I ask you, what did you do at home for the holidays, like in Bangla, right? You would answer to me in a very natural tone and in a very natural way, and like kind of like express it in a very like how native Bengali, or like like in the Bengali language. So in the IELTS exam, they also want the answers to be natural, but in the English language. That's what they're expecting from you. That's why.
hmm.
All right. So yeah,
Yeah,
understood.
yeah. I learned uh, gradually
Yep.
day by day,
It's a gradual process.
and I teach, I teach.
Yeah, so please, yeah, I would advise you to kind of like not narrate a story, instead formulate sentences and just kind of like kind of bullet points one after the other, and that would make more sense. If required, the examiner will ask you questions if she or he is not satisfied with your answer, and that's okay. That's all right.
Okay.
That's more than fine. All right. So for now, yep. Do what you have to do, and I shall see you tomorrow morning.
Okay, দাদা।
All right.
Uh,
So for
okay,
now,
okay.
yeah, good night, take
Because
care, and I shall see you tomorrow. Okay.
দাদা, ঠিক আছে।
All right, see you tomorrow.
গুড নাইট দাদা।
Yeah, good night.